that is Everdell. And that is a sprawling that took us 3 hours to play it with 4 players.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not bad actually, for considering like the scope of the game and how many people were playing it, and the fact that we're doing it on the show, 3 of us for the first time.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was going to be a lot shorter after that first season.
The first
where I'm
season's
like
real
3
quick.
turns, and I'm like, I'm on to the next season. This
First
is going to
season's
be done in
real
nothing.
quick.
I was surprised because I was already getting into the 3rd season, and Kyle was like, "All right, time to enter season 2." And I was
Right.
like, "Why? How is he
Yeah.
taking his?"
Yeah, well, that's what
I
'cause he
kept on
getting
building more and more
combos.
cards.
And like that's one thing that me is I couldn't get these combos going. Like, and if I did, Kyle would steal the thing that I could get for free, and so I'm just like,
The big thing about this game is
you have to work
just-
those combos.
You have to like when your turn comes around, you have to go, what's going to get me the most points?
Right.
Like
Right.
you can't think too far ahead. You have to plan ahead, but you have to be ready to switch.
Interestingly, I wasn't really looking at the points so much as
The synergies.
Synergies.
Yeah,
Synergies-
that's exactly
yeah.
what I was doing.
Synergies
Which-
is another
That's
great
just
way.
didn't
that's
work for me.
efficiency. Like,
But that didn't work. At the end of it all, I got 3rd place. Just prioritizing synergies.
But it got me real f***ing close.
It
Had
did.
I
Yeah.
come in with this, instead of
Yeah,
some of these or whatever,
yeah.
could have been a different game.
I'll tell you what, though.
2.
Even like I love the fact that tracking the points that everybody else has is like too hard to try and do.
Yeah,
so
I
you don't
wasn't
really
doing that, yeah.
so you don't really know how well you're doing.
Which would be different if this was like on the digital tabletop, right?
Potentially, yeah.
Then it
Potentially,
would be easier to see who's
it
in the
depends
lead,
on how
who's
they
doing
set it
what,
up. But
if
yeah,
they-
yeah.
Turtles.
So I kind of love that it's almost impossible to figure out how well you're doing against
Right.
everybody else. And I love the fact that, like, as you're playing all of those synergies and things, like, oh, I get to play this for free, and that's going to get me that. But, like, all of that stuff building up makes it feel really satisfying as you're playing it. Even if, as it turns out, you're not doing all that well.
Yeah. Oh, I was really.
It
I
felt so much fun. It felt really good. I have no idea who's winning right now. I
Actually,
feel like everybody's playing really well. You think it's him?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
With the 4-4. Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah,
4 right there.
he's doing real good.
3 right there.
No.
Yeah.
I have so many events.
You do have a fair amount, but I
do have
have
a lot of
feeling
cheap cards, though. You're right.
He knows what he's doing and has been awfully quiet as well.
No.
Super stoked on the ones that I had that, like the judge, that let me not worry about resource
There's a great-
management
Yeah, when
that
I got
much.
that,
I was like,
Those are
fuck
great.
it. I
That's
don't
a great
have to.
card.
I don't have to stress about getting my people out here. And then you notice that I was able to use my cards, not the general cards, and just really wasn't stressing much at all about
Yeah, you built a really solid
resource
engine.
acquisition.
Yeah. You're building an engine.
you're building a couple different engines that
Yeah.
sometimes talk to each other.
Right, and that's all the luck of the cards.
Yeah.
Like what's going to show up in the
Right.
meadow, what's going to show up in your hand.
Right? Or how fast are you completing seasons? Are you building a plant engine? Are you building based off plant critters or constructions or set collection?
And there's so many different ways to score points at the end of it all.
Yep.
The events and the cards themselves and the bonuses from the cards and the
Yep.
journeys and like all of those different. That's
I bet an experienced player could take a glance and really have a much better idea of what
Potentially.
they're up against, because you know what the synergies are. You start to get them in your bones. Not like
If you
card
play a
counting
lot,
exactly,
yeah.
but like kind of like card counting.
yeah, if you play it a lot. But as Eric was mentioning while we were playing, there are a load of expansions for this game out now.
Oh God.
That there's one actually gives you a whole nother board, which blows my mind. Where would you have room?
Yeah, that's what I remember when we were, because my friend who I played with was like, yeah, I'm gonna just Google which ones are the best, like which ones are the ones worth buying.
Oh, okay.
So that's why he only got the one, but yeah,
Gotcha.
because there's a lot of them.
I am really curious to play. This was a lot of fun. I would
Everdell
love
is
to
a
play it again.
phenomenal game.
I said it during our teach at the beginning of the show. I am a little bit, just ever so slightly, put off by the fact that the price point is $70 for the retail version of the game, and there are some pretty high quality components included in this game that don't really add anything to the game. The game is would be fully playable with just cardboard tokens instead of these cool looking logs and resin and stones and stuff.
That said,
it's very satisfying, it's very fun. I would love to see a lower price point version of the game for people to experience it.
I think that this is a game that when people buy it, if they can find people that they enjoy playing it,
they'll play it a lot.
They're gonna get their money.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
Clearly, people like this game. People buy this game. It's done
think
very
about
well.
those cardboard tokens. Like you play something like Arkham Horror, right? And if you don't get the token protectors for the little bag,
sure, yeah,
they're suddenly
they'll start to fray over time.
So
if
somebody's really gonna play the out of this game, having these premium elements,
these will last longer.
Will
that's true.
absolutely last the lifespan of the game.
And then you get one of those third-party boxes, so you can put the tree away special.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a premium tree that's made of wood too.
I've seen that. I thought about getting that for my friend's birthday. I was like, what can I get him? The premium tree?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about it from a publisher point. Like, if you're trying to sell the lowest quality board game you can just to get the price point down,
right?
Like, you're gonna have issues with quality. You're gonna have people bitching about that. Like, if you come up with a badass game and you put the work into the actual quality components and get that to, I feel like 70 for all of this is a pretty good price.
If we're complaining about how high quality the stuff is, that's first world problems of the highest order.
But it's a very minor gripe.
$70 is a lot of money, but that's what a modern video game costs these days.
Yeah,
right.
It's true.
Yeah,
and God, I would play this a lot more than most video games.
Yeah, this has a lot of
real
replayability. Like, there's a lot of systems at work here.
Yeah. Especially when you factor in all those expansions that change.
Yeah,
things
you can
up, too.
modify stuff. Like, it's I see why it's 70, and I actually feel like that's a good market price for this. Like, if you can do that and get your product out for that much, and it's a good quality product, then
and it's got great table presence because of this tree, and
right?
that's honestly
that's
not even
thing.
That's not even the most expensive part of the game.
Sure.
Right? Yeah.
From production.
That's just cardboard.
Yeah,
but it looks so
couple
good.
Sheets of chipboard.
But it looks so good. It's a very fun game. I'm gonna be playing it again and again. I'm probably gonna be looking now for the complete collection.
Yeah, get it.
Probably secondhand because I think retail that one's $380, but it includes all of the expansions so far and all the premium components like the wood tree and everything.
Interesting.
And there's 4 or 5 expansions out now or something.
A lot of expansion.
So I'm gonna be looking for it probably secondhand. And this is probably going to go on the giveaway list.
There is a lower price point version. It's called used.
Fair point, Danica. Fair point. This is the kind of game that, even with a lot of mechanics, appeals to a whole family and can have a long lifespan and get replayed over and over.
I think, yes, absolutely, once you get into it. I think this is one of those games that's going to be a little bit higher cost of entry for more casual board gamers.
It's not Bambi's first game, but it's like okay, we've played a couple of things before.
Right.
I think you're ready for this.
It's not like they can't get into it, because once you get into it, it's actually really very straightforward, but it is a daunting instruction period.
I would say
that's
accurate.
It does that good thing that I think a lot of board games do, where it starts off easier and gets more, because you start off
that first
with
season's real simple.
It's so simple. It's like you can do one of 3 things and you can do it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's why I was getting pissed off, because I'm like, I did my 3 workers, I got my resources, but I don't have anything to build buildings or synergies, and Kyle's like, I'm gonna do this and get this free and that and this free. And like 8 turns later, I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing?
That's another interesting mechanic in the middle, where if you're forced to go off of the center, it takes away some potential gridlock and reveals some other options for the other players, which is a very interesting part of the game.
Which happened for you, because he forgot to do it. You were like, I can't do anything, and then we rewound the clock to fix that, and then you had 2 whole more turns because of that.
That I feel like, because the normal worker placement games are like static boards usually.
Yeah.
So having the static and the change ones is good.
Yeah, lots of different.
Oh, that's quite a
mechanics.
stat.
There's quite a.
Well, there's both. That's both events and
Yeah.
forest cards. But there's the other possible forest card,
Yeah, we only had 4.
and here's all the other possible
3
special
berries?
events. Look at all.
Yeah,
of
this
these.
changes the economy of every game. 3 opens up a 3 berries.
That's
Normally,
wild.
there's only a 1 berry.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're only playing with 2 people, only having 1 slot
But
to
also
really be able to...
3
or
people.
3 people even.
Yeah.
Turn in 3 cards to get 3 events.
Oh, is this a 3 minimum?
Ooh.
No,
Yeah,
because you can play it solo. But
these
yeah,
can change the
those-
entire game. Like you could have the same game, but just swap these, and it's an entirely different game.
Well, and look at all these different event cards too. All these special events that give you points.
Yeah.
There's so
Oh,
many
well,
different
yeah,
ones to
there's
choose
combos
from.
and
Building your
stuff.
city differently.
Yeah.
I think what I will do is spend 2 of these woods, 3 of these resins, and maybe 3 of these stone.
What the f- are you making?
Nothing.
Did you spend 3 wood?
I spent 2 wood.
Okay.
I'm just making a castle.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, worth a point for each common construction in his
Ugh.
city.
How many of those do I
Yeah,
have?
oh gee, he has no points, Kyle.
I didn't say he had no points. He had less points than the 2 of you.
Okay, I was.
lot of replayability.
This is
there.
a digital version.
I believe there is.
There
I,
is, yeah.
I think
yeah,
there's
yeah.
even
Android.
there's a video game.
Oh
version.
wow.
I'm gonna pick that up on Android.
This is great.
Heck yeah.
I am also curious. There is a solo variant for it that I have not.
You gonna play with
looked at
yourself?
at all.
It's probably like a
Maybe.
easier high score kind of thing.
Oh, but Everdell is on
Probably.
Nintendo Switch, folks.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know
That's
that.
interesting.
I'm gonna have to get that for Switch.
I sure did get myself a new OLED Switch recently, so
So yeah, lots of different options for how to play this game and how to change it up.
sick.
Yeah, very very solid game. Now I'm so glad that I've gotten a chance to play it finally, and I know what all the fuss is about. It's,
Right.
It's real good.
Yeah, it's good. Real good.
Yeah. The price point did like delay me getting this game. I kept thinking I want to play it at some point, but honestly I was like, but it's $70 to get the basic edition, and if I like it, I'm gonna want to get the complete collection.
True,
So maybe I should just get the complete collection out of the gate. But then if I do that and I don't like it, then I've spent $300 some odd dollars on a
And
game
you
I
gotta
don't
really
like.
hit that resale market.
Yeah.
You don't want to be out in them streets.
So I sat on the fence for a while.
I get it. But no, this is a good quality investment. This is a good
Yeah,
game.
really good game. And I'll probably just turn this into a giveaway copy and work on getting me
There
a
you go.
copy of the
Yep.
complete collection.
Get to complete.
Do you need to go fund me?
Anyway, Everdell, great game. Hey, thanks for checking out BNB Tabletop, the home of the Board and Barrel, a live show every Sunday night at 5 p.m. Pacific where me and my buddies play board games. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. We like to keep things interactive with our Buff and Nerf house rules that allow you to influence the course of the game, and virtual bingo cards that could win you a free board game of your own. So do us a favor, do yourself a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ding that notification bell. Thanks again for stopping by. We'll see you Sunday night.